We'll come back to some more Madden 20 Carolina Panthers franchise. As our season ended with a 31-12 home loss to the New Orleans Saints. That's a tough way to go out, as considering that week 17, the 2 weeks before, we played the Saints at home and beat them 32-6. And everybody was saying the Panthers were the true team to beat in the NFC after that game, because Green Bay went 2-4 down the stretch. Carolina won 5 in a row, culminated by that 32-6 domination of the Saints in all facets of the game. Well, turns out the Saints get the win 31-12, so they get revenge when it mattered. So it's going to be a long offseason. That's a really tough way to go. The number one defense in the NFL was just completely torn apart by Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara. I mean, they just completely just dominated. So as far as re-signing the staff goes, Ron Rivera's last year of his contract is going to be next year, and we're not going to extend that contract because, like I said in the opening video of this season 1 of this franchise, the new ownership in Carolina wants to win, and Ron Rivera's track record has been winning season, losing season, winning season, losing season. Now in 2014 they got lucky because it only took 7 wins to win the NFC South, so they ended up getting a playoff spot with a losing record. So yeah, we're going to make Rivera earn his new contract, because this win 12 games, then win 7 the next year, then win 12, then win 7, then win 15, then win 6. I mean, that's just not going to cut it anymore. So Rivera, he earned the right to to stay as the coach. So he will be the coach next year after an 11-win season. So we'll go ahead and advance to next week, championship week. We'll look at the matchups for the championship weekend, championship Sunday. So the title games will be Cleveland Browns at home against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills making it this far. And the Cowboys will have to go to the Big Easy to play the Saints, the number 5 and the number 6 seeds in the NFC. So you want to talk about a deep conference. I mean, even though Dallas was only, they were 9-7, and New Orleans as well. They had a tie this year, but they only won 9 games. But it's the number 5 seed against the number 6 seed in the NFC. So these weekly awards. Brian Burns was the NFC Defensive Player of the Week in the playoffs in the divisional round, 12 tackles and 2 sacks. So we had 27-24. Good games this weekend. 27-21 Dallas on the road. That's a tough win against the Saints at New Orleans for the championship game. So the Dallas Cowboys, the 6th seed in the NFC, is going to the Super Bowl to face the top seed from the AFC, the Cleveland Browns. Rosters here. Let's look at the Pro Bowl rosters. See how many Pro Bowlers we had. Cam Newton made the Pro Bowl as the second quarterback. Drew Brees. And no wide receivers. Tight ends. As we get to the deep, I'm sure we're going to have at least Kuechly and Brian Burns here. Yep, Brian Burns, Luke Kuechly. So, 3 Pro Bowlers this year. You know, an 11-win team, 3 Pro Bowlers, not too bad. I'm sure that Christian McCaffrey would have made the Pro Bowl if not for his injury problems. No, I'm not going to play the Pro Bowl. Got some players that weird. Brian Burns gets 3 skill points. We're just going to keep loading up on his speed rusher ability here. So he is going to be a monster next year for us. I'm hoping that eventually he can become an X Factor player. That'd be pretty cool. Champions, as we look at some re-signings here, I've already signed Shaq Thompson to a 3-year deal. I re-signed James Bradbury to a 3-year deal. I re-signed F.A. Obata to a 1-year deal, and James Bradbury. Did I say him already? There was a 4th guy I signed already, but we're going to look at some of these guys. Now, see, Gerald McCoy. He had a good year for us, but I'm just not sure what his regression is going to be, what he can demand in the open market. I do want to try to make a play for him to bring him back, but $8 million, that's a little bit too rich for me. Darryl Williams, I mean, he's wanting $25 million. I've got Greg Little that we're going to start him at the left tackle spot next year, and we're going to move Taylor Moton over to the right side. So Darryl Williams, you know, he's a good player, but he's already 28, and 81 overall. He's 28. He's going to be the odd man out. We're not going to sign him for that amount of cash. Torrey Smith, he had a great year as the slot receiver, but his regression took him down to a 74. You know, I'm not ready to bring him back. Mario Addison, Bruce Irvin, Ross Cockrell. So we've got some decisions to make. Vernon Butler, I mean, he's been a bust for Carolina. Javian Elliott, we're going to make him an offer. $1.5 million. Let's see. So just looking for some depth signings here. Definitely want to bring back Melifonwu. He had a great season for us. I could still try to upgrade the safety position in the draft or in free agency. At the very least, I mean, that's a pretty good deal for him, and we'll see if he takes it. Okay. And you know, I like his speed. I like his athleticism. He'd be a quality backup for that price if I were to find an upgrade somewhere. Brandon Fusco. So yeah, that is all I'm gonna do here. Bruce Irvin had a great year for us, but his regression took him down quite a bit. So yeah, I'm not gonna make too many re-signings here, and we'll see what happens in free agency now, I guess. I'm not going to have too much cash to play around with. I think $15 million in cap space. Yeah, $15.7 million in cap space. So, Kareem Hunt's a free agent. Kendall Fuller. So some big names here. Let's see. Gerald McCoy. What is he going for? He's got some suitors, so we're probably not going to be able to bring back McCoy. That does hurt. Yeah, see, I can't afford that. So we'll kind of look at some of these free agents here. Kicker Greg Zuerlein. We do need a kicker. Let's look at if we can make some salary cap cuts here. Oh, Tom Brady retired. Let's see. Tom Brady retired, so his day is done. And as well as Adrian Peterson retiring. So I just saw in one of those stories too, Josh Norman was cut. I wonder how much he's gonna want. Again, not a lot of cap space, but let's see. Oh man. So Jarius Wright is gone. Oh boy, I could save a lot of money. We're not getting rid of Cam Newton. Come on. So not a whole lot that I can do here. Alright, so we open up a little bit of cap space here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I did make some free agency signings. We did get Ziggy Ansah to a 1-year deal. We brought back Josh Norman on a 1-year deal, and we brought back Fusco on a 1-year deal. So that's what we got for that. We only have $550,000 left in cap room. So we'll kind of get a look at our depth chart here. On offense, you can see the left side is going to be kind of a struggle as we're going with the second-year man, Greg Little, 70 overall. Fusco, and then Paradas is back. Turner's back, and Taylor Moton got moved to the right tackle spot. Greg Olsen at tight end, he's going to apparently play another season. And then Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore as an 83 overall, and he's up to a superstar development. Did not catch that. So yeah, that is good to know. So he's going to start to develop quick. The defense is going to look like this. Ziggy Ansah at the right end. He's a 79 overall. K'Wan Short is going to be the nose tackle. He's a 86. And F.A. Obata, a 68 overall, will be on the left side. Now, this is before the draft. I'm obviously not going to have any funds to really do much with in free agency, so I can kind of see some of my needs. I'm going to need, now this doesn't mean I'm going to be able to draft based on these needs, but a right outside linebacker. I could definitely upgrade at safety if I do see one available. At the corner spot, we've got Dante Jackson and James Bradbury starting, and then Josh Norman will be the nickel corner for us this year. So that's kind of what it's looking like now. I'm going to do some scouting, and I'll be back with y'all for the draft. Alright, and we're about to get into the draft. We'll look at the free agency recap, see what the big signings were around the league. Greg Zuerlein is still available. But we'll see. Kareem Hunt is going to be a Raven. Signed a 5-year deal worth $60 million, it looks like. So he is going to be in Baltimore. Kendall Fuller is going to be in Buffalo. Devonta Freeman is going to be a Colt. Eric Ebron's going to Houston. Yannick Ngakoue will be in Dallas. So adding to that stellar defense they've got, and of course Miles Jack goes to the Patriots. Gerald McCoy ends up going to the Rams on a 1-year deal, it looks like, for $8.3 million. So he's going to bolster that defensive line, give them some depth. Of course, Aaron Donald was hurt last year, so that'll give them some depth. I'm going to miss having Gerald McCoy. But just one of those deals where didn't have the funds to keep him. Derrick Henry's going to Buffalo. Buffalo making some signings. Of course, Drew Brees is coming back to the Saints. Just figures. Josh Gordon to the Browns. Good Lord. Clinton Dix to the Browns. Darryl Williams goes to Arizona. That was another one. It was tough to lose him. But again, we've got Greg Little, and we're looking to go with the youngster, see what he can do, see what kind of development he can have. As we look at some of these other signings, Prince Amakamura goes to the Jets, Muhammad Wilkerson to the Bucks. So that's kind of the bigger signings. Again, my signings were I got Ziggy Ansah on a 1-year deal for $6.4 million. Josh Norman on a 1-year deal worth $3 million, and Fusco on a 1-year deal for 5.2. So he's coming back to be our left guard this year. So only 3 signings, but didn't have a whole lot of money to work with in this offseason. But yeah, we will go into the NFL draft. Now, there were several, as I was scouting, a lot of potentially a lot of mid to late round gems that I saw. So let's get into this draft. We'll see.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
We'll kind of watch some of the early picks here, see who like maybe the top 10 picks were. We'll see how this goes, how long this takes. As the Dolphins will have the first pick in the draft this year.
The Texans are now
And
on
they
the clock.
take the left end, Jeff Harding, a 76 overall from Alabama. So he will be the number 1 pick in the draft for 2020.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Clay White goes to Houston.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Kevin Cooper, a right end, 76 overall, goes to the Bengals. Let's see who the Buccaneers
The Seahawks
get.
are now on the
A
clock.
right end from Stanford, a 77 overall, so that's a good pick.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
And a defensive tackle, Gerard Hayes, 78 overall, goes to
The
Seattle.
Broncos are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock.
So it looks like, I don't know if that's a reach, a 72 overall for the Broncos. We'll see what these
The Titans
overalls, as they start to go down now. The overalls are starting to really go down
The
now.
Colts are now on. Panthers are now on the clock.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. So we got a speed rushing left end. Right, this is what we needed, a right outside linebacker. That's what we needed to go along with Brian Burns. Pursuit, finesse, moves, block shedding. I think this is going to be the pick. Daniel Linder will pair him up with Brian Burns and potentially have a dominant linebacking, speed rushing core there. So I think this is going to be the pick at 26. We're going to go with the edge rusher, Daniel Linder from New Hampshire.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
67 overall. Said we reached 63 in true talent. Oh, we took him at 26. So a reach with the first pick. Ouch. Ouch. He does have some good speed. Normal development, so good lord. Okay. Daniel Linder. We'll see what he does in his career with the Panthers. Alright, so now we are back on the clock. This is our day 2 pick now. We'll see who's still available on my board here, my draft board, my trusty draft board. Not a whole lot. Let's see. Well, so a lot of those gems have already been taken that were projected to be well, wait a minute, I might not have added them to my board actually. Let's see. I guess they've been taken already. Good Lord. Like, I saw some guys like in the 6th round that were like first round picks. So, I guess they've already been taken. Okay. We can go with the speed rusher again. Add to that pass rush. We'll see if this is another reach. This might be a bad draft for us. So, Dion Lewis right in. Let's see what we got here.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Reach to 78 overall and true talent. This has not been a good draft. And he's not wearing number 90. He's not wearing Julius Pepper's number. I'm not ready to give up that number yet. Does have some good speed, good acceleration. So, wow, this has not been a good draft. So far, I might have to fire my scouts. So we'll go ahead to our next pick. Minnesota is willing to give me a 3rd round pick next year. A 4th and a 5th. A 4th. I'm not trading with Atlanta. Good God, I'm not trading with Atlanta or Tampa Bay. So they're willing to give me a 3rd round pick next year. I just don't know. You know what? I'm going to take a risk here. I'm sure this. Let's see what we got here. Oh, my draft board is gone. He's A- hit power, B+ pursuit. Diamond Pete from Louisiana Tech. I'm sure it's a reach.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
It was a good pick. He's ranked number 95 in true talent. And we got him at 122, so there's a nice solid pick for us here. He's got good speed, good tackle, good hit power. This might be a guy that we can work with a little bit as we move on. So, I mean, there's just not.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Oh my God. Number 272 in true talent. Drafted him at 154. Oh my God. Okay. So this has been an awful draft. I don't ever remember the draft having a draft this bad, but I guess Stark.
The Jets are now on
Reached
the clock.
again, 208. Oh, Jesus. And he's not wearing 89. He's not getting Steve Smith's number. This is awful, y'all. Oh, man.
The Panthers, the Dolphins are now on the clock.
Good pick. 100 overall in true talent. Got him at 218. What is his accuracy? 67. Oh, man. Alright. So, a terrible draft. Didn't get anybody in the 70s. But hopefully we can develop them over time. Daniel Linder was our top pick at 26 overall. I was hoping that he would be a compliment to Brian Burns, but it doesn't look very promising. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it could have been just a bad class. It could be that I need a new scout. I don't know. So yeah, that's the draft. So this is what it's going to look like, y'all. I think I opened up some cap room by trading my 3rd round pick. I think I can maybe go and sign somebody in free agency, but this will be what the offense looks like. Not too bad. I mean, this right here might be a little worrisome, but the defense, I'm probably gonna start. Well, I don't even know. I was gonna say I might start Linder at right outside linebacker, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's kind of what it's looking like. The team is going to look like for next year. Again, just a terrible draft, if I'm being honest. But yeah, but some of the new additions, Ziggy Ansah will help out the defensive line this year. He's a short-term little band-aid. And then bringing Josh Norman back. He was always one of my favorite players. You know, just bringing him back on a 1-year deal to be the nickel corner. I think that'll be interesting. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. I might take a little bit of a break from Madden as I went through this first season pretty quickly. I don't want to burn myself out on the game, and I've got vacation coming up here in the next couple weeks, so I'm not sure how often the videos are going to be coming for the next several weeks. But thank y'all for watching. Seriously, if you like the content, subscribe and give me a like, give me some shout outs in the comments, and I'll see y'all next season.